So on your chat, on your end,
Yep.
you would type.
Hold on, I have to full screen get the chat. Yep.
You would type /raid space Romagus.
RHOMAGUS.
Indeed.
And no last name. That's
No last
the name
name.
of the channel.
That's the name of the channel. Yep.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Just doing a countdown. Cool. I feel it's almost like we're swapping children back and forth.
Yeah.
Dad had to go away, so Mom takes all the kids. I'm holding them all in my arms. Oh, Dad's back. Here you go. Oh, and then raid now. Cool. Well, thank you for lending me your children.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Here, I'm going to bring you back up. Oh, I am still on you. Okay.
There we
Because
go.
for a moment there, I saw your channel, but I saw my content. That was weird.
Yep. Yeah, it'll do that. So like I'm looking at your channel right now and my content is on your channel.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I got.
you would have to end your stream, I think.
Oh, okay.
If you didn't want my stuff on your channel. I think. Or no.
Hold on.
Nope.
Still
Never mind.
viewers over here. Oh, we're good. Okay.
Nope.
All right.
Yeah. Never mind. Yeah.
Look at our old asses around, man. We don't know.
Wait,
this
actually,
millennial shit.
yeah, I'm actually watching my channel. Let me switch over, see what yours looks like.
Yeah. I mean, my setup because
no.
I had both browsers up on one display, so I have yours and mine going.
I see.
So now everything's good. I can see my stuff. I can see your stuff.
Okay.
There was just a moment there where I could only see your stuff. I was like, whoa. That's interesting.
Cool. Where was I?
We're fucking old.
There we go. There we go.
Which one is the clutch? That's the gas, Grandpa. Oh my God.
All right. Back to grinding.
Yeah, I thought I'd offer some, because I love talking about my shit, but also some nerdy background for you on Ved, because she's another regular.
Yeah, that was the. I'm totally aware of Castiana and Tevanissa, but I wasn't aware of the third character or any other characters that you might have.
Well, I think you're
the only other character Sashiyashi. I do know of Sashiyashi. That's right. And the only other character I know of is Frank from your Raycon series. But that's not a part of Flux, right? That's a whole different thing.
No, yeah, it's a different, yeah, Frank McAllister, Mecha.
Yeah. Right.
Dude, I need to post those from Amazon on my channel.
Yeah, you should.
Even though they're not good, but that's not really the point. And I can always offer that. It's like, hey, I wrote books and they're really cheap.
Mm-hmm.
They're not good, but I enjoy them. What was it? Insane Clown Posse. They used to call themselves a B-rated rap group.
Yeah.
And I always liked that because it was like they were aware of their place in the industry.
Yeah.
But it was like that honesty made them kind of compelling, you know?
I see. Yeah.
So I'd like to say the same thing. It's like I'm a B-rated writer. I don't even know if I'd give myself that much credit, but just to give people an idea.
Yeah, I'd like to edit that again. That was kind of a neat practice. I need to.
Yeah, you're an excellent editor.
I need to get back into that. Yeah, it helps keep my brain sharp. I've noticed that I've been making a lot of spelling mistakes, which was like something I never used to do in my youth. So I'm not sure what the issue is. That's why I think last time I was like talking with you, I was talking about how my IQ is probably dropped. It's probably not what it used to be when I was in my 20s. Yeah, so it's either that or it could be that I've just gained a lot of weight and I've just kind of grown lackadaisical in my older age. So I just have to like wake up. You know what I mean? Have a second awakening.
Yeah.
And I think doing something, having an activity like that would help. I know I'm gonna have. Did I tell you I got the FedEx job?
No.
Yeah, I ended up getting the FedEx job tomorrow. Actually, that reminds me, I got to go in tomorrow, and so they can
Did you
run an
drop
NVR.
the other one then?
No, I'm going to
Are
do
you
both of
kinda
them.
juggling them?
Yeah, I'm going to do both of
Okay,
them.
cool.
The bread job starts at 4 o'clock in the morning and lasts till 12, and the FedEx job starts at 1:30 and lasts till 5:45. And
Oh, that's perfect.
yeah,
So that's more than a full shift for sure. But
yeah. Well, and what happens a lot of time with the bread job is I get done early, so I just go home early. It's not that big a deal.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I just figured, like I could really use the money, and I'm not doing anything else. This what we're doing right here isn't profitable yet, so might as well, do something that makes money. Collect money and then get some of my debt paid off, and I'd really love to get this condo paid off and start renting it out or something. And then maybe I could think about moving into something more not lucrative, but more in line with. Because really, the only thing that really requires me to have a full-time job is the mortgage. So if I don't have a mortgage, I could get away with a part-time job, no problem.
Yeah, bring your needs down.
Yep.
So that technically that's where I'm at. Being that I'm immunocompromised, I'm not comfortable with the idea of going out and getting a job quite yet. Actually, I should say until there's a vaccine, when it really comes down to it. But
right, yeah.
I can't gamble on that. My savings will run out,
Yeah.
So I have to do something. And my needs are very minimal. I think I told you it's $200 a week is all I need to make to get by at this point. I've like really crushed everything down to that point. I still have 2 bills, and if I can get, like I could pay the car loan off. I just don't want to risk it because I want to be able to pay rent for a few months instead.
Yeah.
Just to kind of stretch it out and then pay the minimum on the car.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the Wiku credit card as well that I got some things on. And anyways, so I'm making minimum payments on those. But if those were gone, then my needs are only $150 a month, if even.
Oh wow!
It's like I'm really crushing things down. Yeah. Like the food budget was substantial.
Wait, you only pay 150 in rent?
No. Well, that's per week. Excuse me. 100.
Oh, 100. Oh, okay.
My rent currently is 500.
I see.
He let me bring it down 100 to stretch out a couple more months on my savings.
Oh, right on. Good for him.
Yeah, and well, he's getting paid by the government. With the stimulus or whatever the hell that $600 is a week that people are getting paid. Oh. See, I'm not getting unemployment, even though I've done all the paperwork. I was telling you, I'm getting the fucking runaround on that.
Yeah.
So and I really should focus more on it. It's easy to be lazy when I don't need it yet, but I really if I was on it now, I wouldn't even have to worry about it at all.
That's a good point. Yeah. But, you should probably turn that into your job. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Full focus until you get it pinned down, and then, yeah.
And then just, if the requirement is to keep applying for jobs, then I'll just keep trying to find online jobs and work from home, kind of stuff. Because that would be the ideal situation.
Yep.
And what's ridiculous is I could do basically what I was doing for TC, where I was remotely. They even had remote access, and I would do it on my sick days. As I would log in and do most of my job, the correspondence and projections and stuff. And I could still do that, and I would even be willing to get paid less doing it, just because I'm in a position where it's like I just need income.
Totally.
I won't be a manager, but I can still do what my tasks were. So yeah. So that's another one of my little things to do is to write up like a convincing resume or whatever for them to explain to them, like, hey, I could do this for you, and the work will get done, and and I've done it, and blah 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 blah, and see if they'll take me up on it.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, be absolutely ideal. I mean, like, what's cool about the tasks that I would do for that place is like every morning I would have about, say, about 2 hours worth of tasks, and then right before we close, I would have about an hour worth of tasks.
Mm.
So and then everything in between, it's like I could keep the login up, say on the laptop, and just keep gaming or whatever, doing the stream thing on the side, and then just stop the stream. Like make that part of my clause on the stream. Like, by the way, I will have to leave for my work, blah blah blah. And then if something needs to be addressed, I can just do it, get it done with, and then go back to what I
Yeah,
was doing.
totally. That'd be sweet.
And one thing doesn't really interrupt the others.
Yeah.
At least not substantial where I have to be gone for several hours or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, I'm probably going to likely have a big break. Probably like 3 or 4 hour break in between jobs. So I'm trying to figure out something to fill my time with that. Because I'd rather, instead of commuting to the bread job and then commuting home and then commuting to the FedEx terminal and then commuting home, I'd rather just do a big circle. That's because that would save gas. So I'm trying to figure out like what I can do while I'm out already. While I'm out and about before I head home after my bread job. Because my bread job often ends before 12 o'clock. I don't like... It usually doesn't take a full 8 hours to finish my bread deliveries.
Yeah. So like maybe something along the lines of like going to a gym in between or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Like what you're describing almost sounds like feels like my college days.
Yeah.
I was working Best Buy. Well, first it was Sears, and then it was Best Buy and building crab pots, and going to school. So it was a matter of going to one, then the other, and then the other, and just fulfilling the whole day.
Mm-hmm.
And that time period sucked. and I was in a full-time relationship, working on getting married. Ugh, God damn.
I remember that, man. Fucking full-time relationship. Yeah. Well, that's what it sucks. Like, relationships shouldn't be like that. Relationships shouldn't be a full-time job. Exactly.
But they are.
Fucking ridiculous. Well, if you really cared about me, well, what about you? The fuck are you doing? Oh, that's right. Fuck all. I see. I'm the one who has to put in all this fucking work for our relationship while you just fucking sit back and eat bonbons. At least that was my experience. I'm not sure what your experience with girlfriends was.
No, Jen worked her ass off. Yeah,
it was always me supporting things. I see.
Yeah, and as far as financially, I think I was making a little bit more, but it wasn't enough to like have sway in the relationship. So we were pretty fucking what's the word when it's like equal? I mean, other than just saying that, but there's like a domestic term for that.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was pretty balanced in that way. She didn't work as much because she was schooling a lot harder than I was. Like I said, she was studying to not be a doctor, but she was in the medical field. I was studying creative writing and graphic design. Like, school was playtime. I mean, it was an education, but it was really fun. It was playtime. So, and then I was working the 2 jobs. Her father paid me way more than he needed to, but it was her dad. I'm taking care of his baby girl, so of course he's gonna throw a little extra money my way. But yeah, and the number of hours in those days, I'd actually have to look back, because it's like I put it behind me because it was so horrid. Yeah. It was so stressful. It was just so fucking stressful, having to do all that shit. And I would constantly like overlap one thing over the other. And then there were infractions on that, if you didn't go to class or if you showed up late to work. And so it was like every week It's like I had, 2 or 3 infractions that I would have to fucking negotiate with whoever it was that I was infringing on, trying to maintain the schedule. And then I'm infringing on her as well, because it's like you come home and you're fucking wiped out.
Yeah.
You don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
And then it's like she would want to go out, and she wasn't a partier. It wasn't like clubs, but that's just it. Like clubs are easy. You just go in there and they supply the merchandise and the facilities for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
This was like we have to cook chicken and go buy potato salad and go set up like a whatever the canopy at a park somewhere. What park at what time and blah 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 blah. And it's just like Jesus Christ, woman.
Yeah.
Can't just like fucking go home and be home.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, I think it was
relationships getting boring.
Our generation of women expected to have the same thing available to them that their mothers had. I think that's probably the number one biggest difference that they didn't. I don't think our women, and when I mean our women is by our generation of women, realize that that's just not feasible in the economy that we're in. And it wasn't even back then, and so we're talking about like 10 years ago,
Yeah. Exactly.
And it wasn't any better back then. If anything, it's just getting worse and worse by the decade.
Oh, so, yeah. I mean, and that's why, like, I responded by not getting involved.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not entirely true. Not involved in relationships in a committed sense is true,
mm-hmm.
but not getting involved with, like, what I was alluding to is, like, the workforce.
Yeah.
That's not true, because in the last 5 years, I was grinding fucking hard, and that's how I got a management position,
mm-hmm.
And then we know how that went down.
Yeah.
It was not good. So, so now, like, I've even pulled back on that. It's like, I'm just a county dude. Like, it doesn't take much to live by out here, especially if I'm a renter, because I don't want to own. Like, I'm not interested in that, mainly because of the damn work that we have to put in for it, and then also the maintenance and just, I just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
A house is a wife in a way,
mm-hmm.
Like, so I'm not going there. Yeah. Pulling back, and that's why, like even though the economy is worse, especially worse during this pandemic, but in general, even aside from that, is worse. It's like I just keep pulling back. It's like my needs,
Yep.
I don't even need to get laid anymore. I don't even... Fuck, man. Even that requires, like, effort, time, and investment. Yeah. No thanks. No.
Damn
Just
it.
work myself. I'm good.
It's one of the pieces of armor dropped, but I lost the loot roll.
Ah.
Yeah, that sucks.
And they can't... Will they give it to you if
I don't think they can.
you were to ask? Or?
No, I don't think once it drops into your inventory, you can't trade it.
Binds on drop or whatever that's called.
Yeah. Binds on pickup, I think.
Yeah. That's Yep. Well, that's a scary sumbitch right there.
Mm-hmm.
You got a laser on you. Ah. Can't be good. Or, I'm guessing you're playing DPS as a samurai or whatever?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, I have
one
no...
of my favorite classes.
I have no idea. I have no idea how samurai works. I'm just kind of... I think I'm following a rotation that I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, hit the ones that are shiny. That's what I would do anyway.
Pretty much.
Well, some of their abilities would like, you would do a slash and then flower petals would go everywhere, and then that was like an AoE, and then another one was a single target. So I did notice that there were some abilities in that rotation that were specific, but otherwise I would just, I would hit the keystroke for whatever was shiny, whatever that's called, boosted or whatever. But yeah, that, and then what was the one with the rifle?
Machinist.
Machinist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my main class on Tem.
Ah.
Fucking loved that class.
Final Fantasy X? Oh, Temanissa.
Yeah, Tem.
Yeah. I thought you were saying 10. Sorry.
No. Yeah, on Temanissa.
Ah.
Yeah, because Cass was all magic classes,
Right.
and I think my favorite class on her was White Mage. I think there was another one I was really starting to get into though. I can't remember what it was. It was like one of the newer ones.
Astrologian? Red
I was
Mage?
thinking that, but that's another heal class. No, I think Black Mage I definitely loved as well.
Hmm.
So White Mage and Black Mage. So like my heal and then my DPS. I don't feel like I think there was a new one that Dancer. No, that's a physical class. I
Yep.
mean, there's some magic, but she's throwing blades, so that's on Thames. Oh wow.
Gunbreaker?
Yeah, I feel like, huh?
Gunbreaker?
Yeah, that's on Tem as well.
Ah.
Because I considered that kind of like a physical class.
Yep. Yep.
It's hard to say that because they're all kind of magical, but I think you know what I mean when I say
Yeah,
that.
I do.
Oh, not Summoner, but the heal version.
Scholar.
Yeah, that's so it's not as new as I was interpreting, but yeah, I loved Scholar with the whatever.
The fairy?
Yeah, with the fairies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was gonna say Carbuncle, and I was like, nope, that's the precursor class.
Yeah, Arcanist has Carbuncle. I think you can glamour Carbuncle too on Summoner.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked Summoner as well, but yeah, Scholar I really liked. Having the fairy that was able to either do buffs or heals on your behalf. That was the main reason, because like DPSing on a White Mage is really fun, even though it is predominantly a heal class. I felt like the Scholar was like really more of a DPS class with a heal assistant. You know?
Yep. That's how a lot of people play it too, especially in the early levels.
Yeah, I would DPS the shit out of dungeons and stuff with that one. I'd maintain my heals. The fairy would back me up most of the time, but every once in a while, of course, I'd cast the heal. But I would just incorporate it in my rotation as if it was a DPS ability.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah,
I
man.
miss that game.
I really like healing in this game. It's really fun, especially on Scholar. Scholar was fun. I really like healing on Astrologian as well. I've played Astrologian a bit.
I sucked at that class. I couldn't figure it out. Yeah, there was something about like which card
the cards,
or the
yep.
one that was like a random card. I couldn't get a handle on it. I could solo it, but I could not do it in a dungeon at all. I was shit, and I was told so. It's like,
No.
don't know this class at all. It's like, and meanwhile, the Final Fantasy 14 community, they're really supportive and nice. But
except for. So you couldn't even get the GCBTW to help you out, man. Oh, that sucks.
They made it very clear how shit I was. And I knew it. It's not like I could argue in some defense, I was like, I don't. And and I hadn't watched a YouTube video on it or anything like that either to justify it or to compensate for it. I just didn't use the class. I had it, but I didn't use it. The storyline was really good. I remember on that one.
On Astrologian?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done it yet. I'd like to though.
Yeah, it was thrilling. There's a few of the classes that pulled you in, and then there's some that they don't. Like I kind of feel that way about archery. For some reason.
Oh, right.
I just didn't really connect with anybody. I particularly didn't like the elf. He was a prick.
The racist.
Yeah.
The racist still there.
The girl, the cat girl. She was just like. I think it was just like too anime, too archetyped anime. Like she's the energetic, rambunctious one, and he's the stern and intellectual. I don't know. It turned me off. Black Mage is another one that I really like because it's historical. You almost feel like a Crocodile Dundee magic user. It was very cool. I think there's some others. Oh, the thief to ninja class or whatever. Is that right? Ninja? Is it a ninja?
Yep.
Yeah, the thief to ninja storyline is really good. I like that one. I like the cast of characters. I was compelled when certain characters died. like, whoa, like I actually cared.
Yeah, I like the
still in the game. Right?
Yeah, technically, no, I don't think so. Yeah, I think she's gone.
I just wanted to know if because I liked her a lot, even though we mocked her and stuff. What were you saying though? Technically, what?
Oh, I forgot. Oh, technically, she's not in the game. I think.
No, I think you were saying something before that. Before I asked the question.
I like the Rogue storyline.
Oh, Rogue. I was calling it Thief.
Yeah, I mean, technically it's Rogue, but it is effectively a thief.
Yeah, I like that. That's the storyline I really like as well.
Yeah. The finger sandwiches getting stolen.
Finger sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I also, even though it seems ridiculous, I liked the fisherman storyline.
Yeah, it wasn't bad either.
Yeah, I like that one, and then the chemist or whatever that class.
Alchemist was really good, especially for a crafting class.
He was like trying to keep his wife alive.
Yeah, he was trying to bring his wife back to life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really touching.
See, that's you make the solid point. It's like those are fishing. It's not a crafting class, but whatever. Same line. Yeah, for a crafting class to have a really good story, where you're compelled by the character that you're getting involved with.
Mm-hmm.
Alchemist probably in that category of classes was the most compelling.
Indeed, I think so as well.
Because I can't even remember what happened with the other ones. Like
let's see, Carpenter. With Carpenter, there was a guy who had met a friend, and he was basically making him weapons and sending him back off to war. That was kind of good, but it wasn't as good as the Alchemist one. That was Carpenter. Leatherworker is not really... you really just have like a boss that's overbearing, basically. That's Leatherworker.
That's how I remembered it.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine too. Whatever.
Yeah. It wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't as good as Alchemist. Weaver had like a flamboyant giant Rogadin, like classy Rogadin. But yeah, it wasn't like storyline wise, it wasn't anything that really stood out besides make sure you make good clothes, like that was basically the Weaver storyline. I did want to make
that point that's something I really liked about the crafting classes is like they made it like it felt like a refined art, especially when they talked about history, and then when you brought them a product and they're analyzing it and they're like using good words to describe the quality.
Yeah,
you really felt like it was important,
right?
To make this piece of armor, and why you're making it this style and how it's affected history and all. It's like, whoa.
They actually put thought into, Well, and what's cool about that too is it's like that's how we live our lives in real life. Right? So like if you wanted to be a hero in Final Fantasy 14, you could be a hero in real life too. Like you could be a leatherworker. Like you can make these clothes that protect police officers when they go out into to quell a riot or whatever, or, you could make ropes that help rock climbers and stuff like that. Like those were all like very, very down to earth heroes that I think the 14 team, even though it's a fantasy setting, I think that's probably why we liked Alchemist so much. Right. And Alchemist is basically a doctor, like,
yeah, right.
It's the same sort of, deal that a doctor deals with. Or particularly like a high-end surgeon,
The take I had on it. It felt very medical.
Yep.
Which means it's like a higher educated field of work,
Yeah, indeed. I'm trying to think. Armor. Blacksmith was cool if you played 1.0 Blacksmith. Because they did a really neat reference to some characters that only appeared in 1.0. So if you weren't familiar with those characters, it didn't have like the nostalgia kick, I think, as much as it did for those who were familiar. So that was kind of a neat reference from Blacksmith. Armorsmith was about you outpacing a guy who thought he was good. That was basically Armorsmith. You know, like there's this Rogadin dude that thinks he's the best Armorsmith and blah blah blah, and then you come along and show him up, and he's all butthurt that you kicked his ass.
So that's kind of like two different dojos competing with each other.
Kind of, yeah. And then botany, yeah, there's nothing like especially emotional about botany, really. It's just like, but botany's another cool one. It's still cool, I'd say, because it talks about being one with nature and when to reap and when to sow, stuff like that. But yeah, I think out of all of the secondary classes, we'll just call them, I think Alchemist had the most engaging storyline.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree. I was just remembering that the White Mage storyline was sad because like she didn't want to heal because it drains energy from external sources, so she would drain it from herself.
Yeah.
And it was killing her or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
or injuring her.
Yeah, and that's what her mom did. Her mom refused to borrow from the planet and instead borrow from herself, and it ended up killing her.
And that was like a lesson in kind of the even balance between exercising the force within yourself and from nature, as you are a part of it.
Yep.
So.
I also like the offensive nature of it as well, right? Because they were trying to teach. I forgot what her name was. I think it was Sylphie. They're trying to teach her to cast stone, and she's like, "But I'm a healer. I don't need to cast stone." But what's funny about that is that mentality makes your healing more efficient. Because if you can kill the enemy faster before any damage is done, right? It's the concept of the strongest offense is a good defense, right?
Oh yeah, because you don't have to expend yourself on
right.
healing.
Yep, exactly.
After the damage has been dealt. Yeah.
Indeed, yeah. So not only did like the story kind of have a moral, but it actually made mechanical sense in the game.
Yeah, game mechanics.
Yep. Dragoon is pretty cool. Ugh. Dragoon became almost like centerpiece.
That's a class I never really got into.
Yeah, it almost became centerpiece in Heavensward. Yeah, that's what Heavensward's basically all about.
Because it's an art of slaying dragons, right? Isn't that kind of the whole point?
Indeed, yep. And that's pretty much what you're doing in Heavensward. Is you're trying to track and kill Nidhogg, which is this infamous dragon that keeps terrorizing Ishgard. And so, yeah, it's pretty cool from an ARR perspective.
That he was wrong. No.
Yeah.
Not that he's wrong.
You're right. Yeah.
That's when a meme is like, Nidhogg wasn't wrong. He didn't do anything wrong, or whatever.
I've always disagreed with that, right? Like even the Hitler did nothing wrong, or the Nidhogg did nothing wrong, or Gaius did nothing wrong. Like, no, I mean the it's not that they didn't do anything wrong. It's that they have a legit argument to be told. And in fact, I would say that you do stuff wrong. You, as the Warrior of Light, are wrong multiple times. Especially from other people's perspectives. What you're doing is just as wrong as these horrible mass murderers. I always
felt that way with the beast tribes. Like when you interject and get involved,
mm-hmm.
and you're like, hey, they have their own like social issues, but then you're like favoring one side of it over the other. I always felt kind of like, I don't know if this is okay.
Nah.
Like a white man trying to pick the Sioux over the Cherokee in their wars.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's kind of how it played out, basically.
Stories, but I always felt a little guilty about, particularly like, the Kobolds, like because they were my favorite beast tribe.
Yeah.
and how like I kind of like that it was helping the bottom rung, but at the same time it's like, wait, but there's a hierarchy within their society for that very reason, and now I'm upsetting it. Like
Yeah.
an outsider's coming in with resources and influence and disrupting the balance within their social structure
Hmm.
by favoring the bottom rung and then working them up in the higher ranks somehow. It all felt really wrong.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to be like, you're helping the needy. It's like, right, I get that, but like, you're disrupting the order. Like, this is going to have some major social consequences within their infrastructure.
Well, I think ultimately, I think it's the beast tribes that teach you, you know, what's in your best interest. If you can fulfill your interest as well as others, you might as well. You know, if you have a shared interest with another group, that is the correct path. You know, because sometimes it's kind of
yeah. So diplomacy.
yeah. You know, sometimes it's kind of up in the air. You know, like with the Amalja, for example. You know, the Amalja that help you out don't want to war with you, but they want to employ you to help war against the other Amalja that do want to war against you. So it's like, well, that's an easy decision, you know. Like,
yeah.
you know, I don't really care about their hierarchy. It's all about, it's like a first and foremost thing, right? Again, it goes back to what I was saying before. If your immediate existence is in danger, you have to secure that before. Well, it's like when going down on a plane. Secure your own mask before securing the mask of the child next to you. You know, you know, it's the same. It's the same in war, and it's the same
for that child if you're dead.
Exactly. You know, it's the same in war. It's the same in alliances. Like I'm not going to do a deal that fucks me just so that, you know, my name could be trumpeted in the annals of history for 5 years just so that you can take advantage right now. No, if I can take advantage of the situation and you can take advantage of the situation, and if we have to screw somebody else in order for that to occur because this other person is in our way, then that's what needs to happen. It's not complicated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think
go ahead.
I was going to say, ideologically, I think that's what a lot of people think, right? Or I think that's the fault in some people's logic, is like they don't see how good they actually already have it, and they're thinking that that history will look lightly upon them because they did this self-sacrificial thing at a certain point in time, when history doesn't give a shit. History's not going to remember you. They're going to, at most, remember the person who manipulated you in order to fight their battles for them.
Yeah.
They're not going to remember your sacrificial lamb mentality. Anyways, you're saying?
Be immortalized.
Indeed.
Well, one of the things, so I'm gonna make a 2-point. I'm gonna make 2 points on this, but like the idea. I'm trying to think of what was the tall species on the desert, the beast tribe, with.
Which desert?
They're like the near. Oh God, bear with me. It's been a while, but the capital city out there.
Ulda?
Yeah. The
Amalja?
Is that who that is?
They're like lizard people?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember like what species they were, because I was going to describe them, but I was like, I don't even remember. Were they like dogs or what the hell were they? But anyways, the point that I'm getting to is that like the corruption of the deity that a certain side of their faction will worship. You know where I'm going with this. It takes them out of their own control, and then they become subjects under its control. And so it kind of like, by 2 prongs, it makes it easy to kill them because they're not individuals in that way, and they can't be held accountable for their actions. So it's like they're not really at war with you. It is, right?
Yeah.
So now my problem with that is, it's so like I want, basically as a player, I want to play as if that's not what's happening, even though the story explicitly says so. I'm in their world. I'm in Square's world. That's the story they're telling. But it's like I want to consider the dynamic between the two sides of like one side's zealous is a zealot of religion, and the other not so much. And they're more reasonable and diplomatic. The other ones, they're not, because you are not culturally compatible to their way of life.
Yeah.
That's how I want it to be. But and like in some degree that is in the game, kind of.
Yep.
But that's not explicitly the story the Square is telling.
Yeah, they make it more black and white.
Control.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so it's like it's like because I want to go into it with that like political complexity,
Mm-hmm.
of the nuance of like how would I get involved as an outsider, and should I? Well, it's game content. I want to play. I want to learn about these things. So I inevitably I'm gonna have to interject somehow, But I don't want. I want the nuance. I don't want it to be, well, they're bad because of the influence of a false god, and they're not even under control. They're, it's like, oh man, that makes it too easy. So I'm not even killing them when I'm killing them,
Yeah.
It's like G.I. Joe and all the Cobra units that die are robots. And never the units that are actual humans die.
Right. Yeah.
You never touch that.
Same with Ninja Turtles, right? Like the Ninja Turtles of the cartoon, all the foot soldiers were robots.
They're all robots. Yep. Yeah.
And they never stabbed people directly with their sharp weapons. Like Leonardo would never cut somebody. Exactly. Yeah. Leonardo would never cut anyone directly. He would cut a log nearby and then or a tree, and then the tree would fall on him or something. It was always like that.
Totally eliminating the moral nuance that could take place.
Yeah.
By simply they're all robots. It's there's no argument for AI here at all. They don't even mention that. It's like, well, maybe the machines are kind of alive. Nope. They're just reprogrammed what's the word? Autotons or whatever.
Yeah. Automatons.
Yeah. Nope, it's fine. They're not actually dead. Go ahead and chop the shit out of them. It's like, okay, so why am I even? I didn't even see anything. Why am I watching? That's how I felt when I had that tirade in the DM with you about ESO, where it's like the story was looking complex, where I was kind of torn on maybe an entire vampire Skyrim is okay, an elevation within society of ability and immortality. Nope, they're under control of something, and the king is under control of that too. They're evil. Go kill them. And it's and I still haven't finished the storyline. I backed out.
Yeah.
And had a fit. And had an absolute fucking fit. Are you fucking kidding me? You're just gonna make it black and white? There's good and evil. Go. It's well, obviously I'm gonna go with good.
Yeah, I always hate those. I always hate those black and white storylines. Hey, what's up? What's up, Shinjima? How's it going, man? That's what I actually liked about Shadowbringers, right? Is they gave you the standard black and white storyline, but they shifted it, right? Where white was bad and black was good. And because of where you already had come from, you kind of looked at it from both perspectives. And so you didn't really turn them both gray. What you kind of came to understand was it's all about balancing the two and using the power of both in order to progress.
Well, if you as the warrior of light, do you no longer fully represent the light then, or do you just come to terms with the fact of where your position is?
You're both. You're both.
Right? Oh, okay. So
you become the warrior of darkness when you need to, and you become the warrior of light when you need to. If you need to fight, cool. Yeah. If you need to fight darkness, you need to be light. If you need to fight light, you need to be dark.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So you're no longer the warrior of light at that point. I mean, warrior, you are partially.
Yeah. You're known as the warrior of light on the source, and you're known as the fabled warrior of darkness on the first, which is the first shard to break off of the source. I guess the world had the universe had 1.0. The world had been sundered into 14 pieces, and so we have the Shadowbringers introduced the first sundering of said world, and that's the world that you go to. If you ever did the Crystal Tower storyline, the world of darkness, I think, is the 13th shard, and it's been completely enveloped by darkness.
Zodiac? Or...
darkness.
Well, does Zodiac even represent the darkness, or am I just...
Zodiac?
Zodiac.
Zodiac is the primeval... he's like... Zodiac is... Spoilers. He's the first god. And the first god is the first primal. Right? So how they've described it, which is really neat from a sort of metaphorical perspective, right? Because, like you were talking about, how, like, we see how the beastmen summon their gods, right? And they worship them as gods. But we understand that it's really just a mass hallucination that everybody agrees on, right? And it's a mass hallucination.
A magical hallucination.
A magical hallucination that's buried deep within their sort of, like, collective conscious, right?
And we learned that from the lady Shiva.
Yep.
Gal. Okay. Yep.
We first learn it from the Mughals, right?
That's right.
That's the first time we came across it, but the first instance in where we saw a non-beast tribe harness that power was, with Shiva.
And I remember at the time they were kind of describing that, like, the King Mog or whatever isn't technically a primal, but it's like, but it has all the characteristics of a primal. That's why I was really confused.
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's totally a primal by their own right. But,
it is. Yeah.
Well, and then same with the 12. It's like they kind of, like, I don't know if maybe the story later, because I haven't played for a while, kind of rectifies that. But I was like, is it 12 that the hominids come to worship or whatever? Okay, making sure I got the right number.
Yep.
And I was thinking, like, well, the 12 are primals too. They're glyphic and idealistic rather than embodied as a creature or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they're still primals, but they, like, the way the story seemed to be pitching it, as if they're not, and it's like, no, they are.
Well, and that's the thing is it's a really big meta commentary on religion, right? That's what's really cool about, and it kind of doesn't pull punches, right? Is it's outright saying God isn't real. God is a figment of your imagination. But then it's doubling down and saying your imagination is fucking powerful. Like, your imagination can make things happen, right? Like,
to make it real.
To make it real, right? Exactly. It's your ingenuity. And so I think this is the lesson of the supposed enlightened tribes, right? They don't want to call upon they don't want to call upon their deities, because I think they have kind of come to the conclusion that they're beyond that, and by constantly searching for power in that manner, they're relinquishing developing themselves as a society. And so like the 12
on the world, and
so the 12, the religion of the 12 is kind of it's like our mythology. It literally is pulled from it, right? Like they modeled the 12 after the Greek pantheon and all the Greek gods. And that's Eorzea's version of about how serious the 12 are in Eorzea. You know, there are people that kind of, you know, adhere to it, but for the most part it's a mythology, you know. And then it's also a commentary on religious zealotry, you know, and desperation, right? Because that's what Heavensward was all about, right? So you had the people in. I'm not sure if you ever beat. Yeah, you beat Heavensward, right? So you know the main story of Heavensward.
Yeah, I'm like where I had left off because Tim was ahead of everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
On that island, I can't even think of the race, but the lizard hominid race, dealing with that dude in that big bowl, and he's a prick. That's where I left off on the story. Does even that make any sense?
No, I don't think so.
They were all getting. It's like there was an event where they're all getting together to trade, so it's like some sort of holiday for that. The lizard hominid. When I say lizard hominids, meaning not a beast tribe, but
Elliotson?
The
Al-Ra?
right?
The Al-Ra?
Al Ra, yeah, the Al Ra, the 3 clans or whatever come together to like.
Oh,
Trade
that's
and stuff.
Stormblood.
Yeah.
That's
Okay, that's
Stormblood.
where I left off on this.
Oh, okay.
That's where I've left off
So
on this. Sorry.
that's
I'm
beyond
looking
Heaven's
for
Word.
that dude in the big bowl. So yeah, I got through Heaven's Word. I did that last fight on the bridge against the dragon. Holy fuck, what a fight!
Right. Ah!
Wait, that's not even where it ends, does it? Now that I think of it, I think doesn't. I think the story continues after that.
Damn it!
What did you do?
Oh, cool! It just repop for me. Sweet. I missed my pop.
Have 4 retainers now.
I bought 2. You could buy up to 8, but I bought two extra ones.
I only have 2.
2 comes by default. Anyways, so the Pope, the Ellison Pope, ends up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, ends up summoning their deity,
Knights.
which is the Knights of the Round. Right, indeed.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, just making sure I had that right. It's like
Right.
Knights, right?
And they were an example of what happens when a society becomes desperate. So even though we're supposedly civilized, they had worshipped for 1,000 years. They had worshipped. I forgot what his name was. Thornton and his Knights 12. And the Warrior of Light came along and slammed that down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While losing friends along the way.
Yeah, indeed.
That nobleman, I liked him. The guy with the shield.
Horchefant. Yeah.
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 That was sad.
It was sad.
Good story though.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Yeah, Heaven's Word is still talked of pretty fondly to this day. A lot of people laud Heaven's Word and Shadowbringers for being some of the best story in the game so far.
Did did their political structure have to change? I know that's like way back, but I never heard. Did they change or
It
the
sucks.
syndicate or whatever?
No,
did they
like
run
literally
the show,
fuck
or-
all has happened since then. It's really disappointing.
Except what's his face lost his arm for nothing.
Exactly.
Still
Pretty
sucks.
much. Yep.
Okay.
It just dude lost his arm. Well, you left off on Stormblood. So dude loses his arm and then becomes king of Alamigo, basically. That's what happens in Stormblood. Is he leaves Ulda and becomes the general of Alamigo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what the Alamigo story ended.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it. I think, unfortunately, and I shouldn't have done this, it makes me a bad gamer, but I think because I was rushing through the content, because I didn't like the zone where, like, for example, like the zone that was in the clouds. The owl
Sea of Clouds? Yep.
Yeah, I slowed way down and read everything and explored everything because I just thought that area was fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where Alamigo, I was like, oh man, this is like, I don't care about fucking Nevada. You know,
I don't care about Nevada.
yeah. You can't take me from the skies of floating fucking islands down to a desert and expect me to give a shit.
Yeah,
so I rushed through it.
I rushed through it as well. I took a big hiatus between Heaven's Word and Shadowbringers, and so I ended up rushing through Stormblood. I really liked Kugane. I wanted to like Alamigo because my character has a literal connection with Alamigo. Exactly. But I thought that they kind of let me down when it came to Alamigo. It's a huge city, but you don't get to go into it. You know, you just get to go into the outside of it, and then they turn the city into a dungeon. So it's like, I guess.
Yeah, so I guess I kind of got to go there.
Yeah.
Oh, another question: is it confirmed that I don't know. I can't think of the name of the world. Hydaelyn is the same world as 12, whatever that world was called, or no?
Ivalice?
Yeah. Is it like, are they historically connected or interdimensionally connected?
It's got to be. I'm not exactly sure.
Or did they leave
I
that
still
kind
have.
of in
I
the mythos?
think it is connected,
Okay.
and I think it's
'Cause
beyond
they introduced it.
interdimensionally too, because it's like they make like they literally pull the characters from those worlds. You know, like Fran from Final Fantasy 12 is in this game.
Yeah.
Judge
Well,
Gabranth is in this
they have a
game.
dungeon as well, right? That's like
Yeah,
supposed to
exactly.
be one of the locations. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
And it has and
Hold on.
it's a geological location. You know, so it's like
not a dimensional location.
yeah. So
It's like it's on the
Shadowbringers,
map.
Shadowbringers is a whole new dimension, right? But
Okay.
but Rabanastre and Judge Gabranth and Fran, those are all places that literally exist in Eorzea. So I don't know how they explain it really.
Okay. Yeah, I just the reason I wanted to bring it up was because I vaguely recall when I was at my sub run out that it was like they were introducing 12 content,
Mm-hmm.
or it sounded like they were, and I was like, well, okay, that's interesting. 'Cause, we know a lot of the art and stuff is very similar. But,
Yep.
I just thought it was interesting that they might actually be tying the worlds together. Yeah, tying them together beyond just bringing Ash or Cloud in, which was just kind of like an event. Because that's not, at least I didn't take that as like story driven. That was content driven.
That's how I felt too. Yeah, and that's kind of how I feel. Fun. That's kind of how I feel about the Evil East content. But I mean, they lean really heavily on it, so it's hard to say that it's just like a dimensional thing that you should hold out just outside of canon,
Right, yeah, there you go. Yeah, outside of canon. Yep. Huh. Okay. I still haven't beat 12. I'm deliberately delaying because I don't want to finish it, and I like leveling and exploring, But I need to wrap it up. my characters are like way overpowered.
Oh yeah.
I go to, they just wipe through everything.
Well, you can always.
You know how each zone has like that one like boss creature in that zone.
Mm-hmm.
They fucking stomp that as well. So you
could always try to fight Yasmit. I heard Yasmit's like a 3-hour fight.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
What do you get from it?
I don't know. Kudos. A Snickers.
Well, because I wanted to get the Mace Immune, and I thought I had it, and I had another sword with a very similar name. So I was like, oh, it's not the Mace Immune, damn.
Yeah.
And apparently you do have to fight like some crazy thing or do some crazy thing to get it. So I need to look back into that. That's why I was wondering, is that where you get the fucking Mace Immune? And because like my main character, which is what's her name? Oh, I heard Ash. So I said Ash earlier. And what I meant was Lightning and Cloud.
Oh, yep.
But Penelope, or Penel, or whatever, she's like my main character.
Mm-hmm.
Penelo, yeah, she's my main character, and then and I have her with swords. She uses katanas. I want to get her the Mace Immune. Yeah, Cloud and Lightning. I liked that content. I remember people were kind of shitting on it at the time, and I was expressing to you at the time. I was like, dude, this is really fun. Like they're breaking rules. I think that's really neat.
Yeah.
Like, rules in that it's not, like you said, it's not canon.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I think it's fun. Well, like the fact that is it Gilgamesh? Isn't he like an interdimensional being?
Indeed.
And it's the same character. Yeah.
Yep.
And I thought that was really creative. And then that like Jim Carrey fucking investigator journalist or whatever the fuck he was.
Hildebrand.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would say he's canon, but it was so funny. It was just weird, and I liked that it was like this side thing that was happening. Yeah,
they have fun with it. They have fun with it, definitely. I guess another thing about this game is like there are some points where it's like super serious, like where they're literally commenting on God and humanity's role and religion. Like those are deep, serious subjects for a lot of people. And there's Hildebrand,
They're The in-game Jim Carrey.
Yep, exactly.
Who wants you to wash him in the fountains or whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah, Godbert, yeah.
Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. He wanted you to
wax his oily pecs.
So great. Yeah, and that's the other thing. It wasn't just like potty humor. It was legitimately well written humor.
Mm-hmm.
He was, in fact, funny. He
Yeah.
wasn't just wacky. You know,
Yeah.
He was funny as fuck.
That was part of it.
So whoever,
Like the wackiness was a part of it, but
Yeah.
indeed, it wasn't just toilet humor like you were saying.
yeah, he wasn't just a clown. Like, oh, he's standing on his head. How fucking wacky is that? Wow.
Yeah.
Like, no, he had punchlines and timing. Yeah, good stuff. The reason why I'm making that criticism is because as much as I love WoW, they have introduced like comedy humor or comedy relief. Excuse me.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's like it's stupid. You're like, oh, yeah, I see what they're doing. They took Indiana Jones, but they kind of mixed the name up, so it's not quite Indiana Jones.
I see.
You know, it's just like, this is stupid. Like, it's forced humor.
I see.
He's riding a donkey. How crazy is that? He's not riding a steed or a dragon like you. He's riding a donkey. A donkey. It's like, okay, all right. Yeah, he's so wacky.
Yeah.
Rawhide. That sounds so Western.
Rawhide?
Yeah.
Well,
Big
it's,
rawhide helmet.
yeah, it's really, it is. It's a very Western reference.
You don't need to placate me. Yeah, very good, Cyvern. Yeah.
No.
Sorry.
No.
I know you didn't mean it that way.
Yeah. I can see that. No, it's a part of a song. I can't remember it. It's like an old cowboy song from the 50s. My mom used to sing it all the time. I think it's a theme song for a show, and I think the show was called Rawhide. It was like a Wild West show, I think.
Yeah, and I feel like whenever I read, because it's one of the things that you craft, I have to say it like that.
Rawhide.
It would be the same if they were like form a posse. I would do the same thing, like posse.
Posse. Yeah.
Gotta form a posse.
Yeah.
Boys, we're forming a posse. Like this is a medieval game. You don't need to say it like that. Posse. That was one of my favorite outfits for my mechanic machinist in 14. Was like it was like a cowboy hat, and it looked like a old Western style dress.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
It was awesome.
Ever since they introduced Machinists, there have been a lot of like cowboy glamours, which are pretty neat. There's this one dude on the Facebook group that I follow. He has a bunch of Wild West glamours. He does a really good job. Like, it actually looks really cool. It's funny because it's not my aesthetic at all, but like, I could see what he's doing, and he does a really good job of it.
Yeah, and the machinist, it just works. You know, having the firearms.
Yep.
Like Final Fantasy's version of a gunslinger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's weird. It made me actually look at guns in a different manner. You know, like I'd always just seen guns as firearms or weaponry. I never really saw them as a machine. That's exactly what they are. You know, it was born of the Industrial Revolution. It's a weapon that is particular to it. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, especially if you look at diagrams on firearms and stuff. I went through a phase where I was like, because I was my former roommate, he's really into, he's like firearm culture. So he was kind of getting me interested, in the history of it and stuff. And when you look at diagrams, you're like, it looks like the closest thing I could compare it to is like a jet, some kind of flying automobile, you know. But it's a firearm. But just you looking at it, it's like this looks like when you assemble it, it's supposed to fly or something. It just looks that complex. It's very cool. I think he really wanted me to get one so he could go shooting. But I was like, no, because I'm really depressed.
Yeah. I'm really depressed, but I don't really want to die, but kind of.
Yeah. There's a part of me that's like, dude, all it takes is pulling this thing and it's all over.
Yeah.
Man, that sounds really nice.
Mm-hmm.
The deep sleep, right? The deep sleep.
The deep sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'll get a firearm.
I think I'll hold on that. Thank you.
No.
Man, speaking of which, man, I've seen some botched attempts. Though that sucks. That sucks.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in that situation, that's for sure.
Absolutely not. Yeah. No, it's like when you want to be gone, that's it. You want to be out.
Yeah.
You want zero. You want to be the zero sum.
Mm-hmm.
Not coming out, fucking just crooked and
yeah, I saw a dude.
Like,
I saw a dude try to off himself with a shotgun, and just completely destroyed his face. Yeah.
But but the brain kept going, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Nope.
Nope. Yeah. That
would be the other reason not to do it. It's like not for the death part, but for the botching it part.
Yep.
Like and knowing my luck, Odin will only let me do it halfway. I'm not going there. He's already put me through enough as it is. I got the message. Man, I'm not fucking going there. Yeah. Puking blood all down your front, you shit and piss your pants.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the other part, is like losing your dignity. Although you're gone, so it doesn't matter, but still, man. That's gonna be talked about. It's like, yeah, he offed himself. He did, yeah, and he fucking shit his pants. Like, I don't want that to be part of the story.
That's your legacy.
Yeah, man. That's not gonna get me to Valhalla, that's for sure.
I think they made a mention of that in Game of Thrones. I forgot exactly what they said. It was something along the lines like, they never tell you about how they shit their pants or something like that. Oh no. Yeah, this group.
I remember there was a South Park episode that covered that.
Oh yeah, Chef.
The chef, like,
mm-hmm.
Big time.
Yeah.
He blew his pants the fuck off.
Yeah. Yep, indeed. Well, they were really pissed because I guess I think it's Isaac Hayes was the voice for it. They started talking shit about Scientology, right? Because South Park's deal was that
took an exception to that.
Yep, exactly. South Park's deal was that no one is safe, not even them, right? And and so they started targeting Scientology, and Isaac Hayes wasn't all about it. I think it was something weird, like he was fine with it at first, but then he told him to stop doing it, and then he cut his contract because they refused to change the ways. Like, okay, so we were just going to delete your character, but then you ended up leaving on your contract. So what we're going to do is we're just going to steal all the voice lines that you've already said, and we're just going to mash them together.
And they made it very obvious.
Exactly. Yeah.
Didn't try to hide it.
Not at all. Like you could tell he didn't say it. Yeah.
It was like a soundboard.
Exactly. Like they didn't hide it at all.
Even the kids were confused because of how weird he was like talking.
Yep.
Like, Chef, are you all right? Hey there. What?
Hello.
think it's funny how thirsty I get once I start watching a game. I think I'm gonna resub to 14. And this month is wrapping up, so then I'll have it as a perfect 1 month run.
Yeah, you should. It's a great game.
I'm gonna do that.
Right
Yeah,
on.
well, especially like talking about the game in general, but like what really pulls me back in are classes. I know this seems really weird, but like remembering the rotations and their abilities and how fucking fun they are. So like sitting here talking about Black Mage and Machinist, it's like, dude, I want to come back. I know there's so much more to the game than that, but like that's sometimes all it takes. That's what it took for me to get intrigued back into WoW. Oh no!
Yeah, it happens. The second Ancient Flare always gets me. Especially when I'm on Ragnarok because of the lag. Ragnarok is on the EU server, so there's lag on my end, so I always get killed by second Ancient Flare. Well, now that it's done, I can just...
I want that hand mount, too. I know it's not the same model, but...
Oh, yeah.
It like holds you by the collar or whatever.
Yeah.
I loved that thing.
They've got...
I got the fucking motorcycle. I forgot. I got the motorcycle.
Oh, you got the motorcycle? That's cool.
Yeah. I paid for that. It was $20.
Yep, $20, something like that. Yep.
I really wish they had changed the flying feature, though. Like, I thought it would have been cool if the wheels flipped sideways.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, too. Yeah.
Something like... Or even just wings expanding. It needed to be more than just the motorcycle flies.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that was lame.
It didn't even transform.
Yeah.
Because, and the reason...
The car transforms. The car from 15.
Okay.
Like, you could get the car from 15 in this game, the Regalia, and it transforms from a car into a plane. I really wish they would have done that with the Fenrir. Yep.
The mech does too. It like pulls its legs in and the wings expand. Like it transforms, you know. But the motorcycle didn't do that. I don't know. Did they update that? Do you know? Or?
No, it's the same.
Yeah. Well, still, So I would just drive it on the ground because I don't mind going slow. Aesthetically, I prefer it. I don't want it to feel like I'm dragging an icon across the screen in order to play the game at maximum. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be in the world, so I would just drive on the ground. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
And then if I could fly, I would switch to my jogger.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I always switch to my I have like a curl that I use for ground mounts, and then I use a griffin for my flying mount. Yeah, I could fly with the curl, but it looks weird. It's just a cheetah running in the air. That's stupid. I don't like it. But my griffin has wings, and it flaps its wings and it flies. Yeah.
Yeah. It's in the same thing. Like if the cheetah, like if they wanted to do something that was biological, like its back would flip open and then wings would come out. You know, like bug wings, anything, whatever.
Yeah, you know, I agree.
Magical. Like it tucks its legs in as if it's laying on them, and then sparkles. Or I don't care, but do something.
Yep.
But the motorcycle doesn't do anything. It looks like a hack. It looks like I'm hacking the game.
Yeah, it does. Indeed. Indeed.
And that's not right. It's not aesthetically appealing.
Oh yeah, it's the shoes.
But aside from that, I loved having the motorcycle. The way they modeled it, and when you sit idle and she puts her leg down and the engine's like...
Oh yeah.
So badass.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I dressed Tim in all black. She was wearing the cloud stripe jacket with some other stuff, but it was all black.
Nice.
Driving the motorcycle. She looked fucking badass. On the road again. What am I doing?
What are you doing?
I don't know. I think I'm done crafting, so now I'm just kind of like trying to figure... Oh, I need to sell shit. Oh, and this is kind of bullshit. So I was a part of this guild that was... Guilds are divided into, like, I think it's 5 categories.
Yeah.
Which is, like, questing, roleplay, lore, merching, and then something else. But, anyways, the merching group I was a part of kicked me out because I got a message that said I was posting too many sales. And it's like...
What?
Like, but you're a merching guild.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm adding to the market. How? But I got kicked out. I guess they in that group they had a limit on how much. Like basically, like I'm spamming the market, and it's like, of course I am.
Yeah.
That's what this group is. It's capitalism, right? Like,
That's ridiculous.
what am I not understanding? So now I need to find a new group because you can't. You only the way the auction house works. It's not server wide. It's group guild wide. So like you trade and sell within the guild. It's kind of weird. Doesn't make sense really. But the guilds are pretty fucking huge, so
Mhm.
you still make a lot of money. But yeah, got kicked out of a merchant guild for merching. It's just
That's
bizarre to
weird.
me.
Yeah, that's super weird. It makes no sense.
So now I'm selling shit to the fucking NPCs and getting, nowhere near the profit. I'm still making decent money, but nowhere
Oh.
near you would in the auction house.
That's unfortunate. Can you start your own?
Yeah, I don't want to go through all that. You can, but yeah, and you don't have to pay for it or anything like that. It's easy, but then you have to like spam and invite people. You have to go hunting to see who isn't in a guild and then invite them and all that crap.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't want to do any of that. The last time I started a guild of my own was in WoW, and then the folks that joined, it kept growing because they took it over basically, which was fine by me because I'm just using it for the bank. That's the only reason I wanted it, was just to store extra mats, right? Well, they took it over, and then and they wanted to do something I can't remember, but I would have to change something, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Like I'm not gonna go and fucking do whatever it is that you think I need to do. So they left, which was fine, and they started their own guild. But then they left all this mats and money behind, so I got to keep all that shit.
Oh, right on.
Kind of cool. Yeah, I was like, well, I mean, I didn't have to kick anybody out. They all left on their own volition. Actually,
Yeah.
I think a few of the people when I log in, there's still there's like 2 or 3 people that are still in my guild, even though it's not active at all.
Oh, wild.
Like I even have to judge, like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like,
Yeah.
why are you still here? I don't say that, but it is interesting. It's like, you guys are still fucking here.
I had an 11 link shell during the hiatus between 14.1.0 and 14.2.0, and I got a lot of people in it. But yeah, I became distracted, and it ended up falling apart. But yeah, everyone left. When I came back, no one was there. So I didn't have the situation where you had like 2 or 3 people left behind. I had everybody left, especially once A Realm Reborn was released. Yeah, everyone just noped out.
Noped out.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think the people that are still the few people that are still in, they play the way I do. Because I even described it in the guild description that it's like this is a gathering and crafting guild.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't raid, we don't role play. You can if you want, but that's not what this is about. It's
just
this is a bank to store extra stuff that I can't carry on my person.
That's
all it is. Well, I think they're the same kind of players. That's why they stuck it out. They're like, we're all satellite players that don't get involved with each other.
Right.
So why would they leave this guild? That explicitly represents that. So. But everybody else, they wanted to get into raiding and whatnot. So not about that. I don't care about any of that.
Yeah. You hear a lot of raiding is it's really RNG based. It's all about that random drop at the end, and I'm not a fan of RNG. I would much rather make progress, like knowable progress, even in a bunch of shitty things that don't matter. I'd much rather do that than constantly throw dice against the wall. It's just fucking pointless to me. I do like the challenge of the fights, right? I like challenging the fights themselves and winning them. Yeah. But I could really give 2 shits about the drops that come from them. I really don't. That's not a big deal to me. Because because usually it's the toughest content, right? So if I can already beat the toughest content with weaker gear, why would I need stronger gear? I already have the content on farm.
to get the next content.
Yeah.
And the next content. And like, yeah, I'm not about that shit either. And I don't mind that it's there. I get why there are people that are into it. I'm just not one of them. You know what doesn't have a really low R&D? Mining copper. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Or picking that glittering flower over there.
Mm-hmm.
It will 100% give me a flower.
Yeah.
And then I can go make a potion and then go sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the potion only sells for 20 gold versus your armor for hundreds. But I don't care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really don't. Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's what I've realized about my game time in MMOs is like I actually like the time I'm spend playing them, right? It's not really the reward treadmill that keeps me coming back. It's the actual action that I decide to go through with,
Yep. Yeah, well, it's like how I kind of pitched it before. I just like being in the world, and when I say that, I mean slowing down and just sightseeing, and that's why I'm the worst in a fucking dungeon.
Yeah.
They want to speed run it, and they're like, "We're leveling characters." It's like I'm already level 50. Then why did you queue?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see the dungeon. I wanted to see the boss, and I wanted to. So like they're running ahead, fucking just slaughter, and I'm distracted by a statue.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. So, little known fact, Magus used to be in a motorcycle gang. And one time he was driving his, I don't know if it's a Harley or what, I don't know motorcycles, but he crashed on it and got a really gnarly, cool scar on his left eye. So, just something to keep in mind, guys. Should ask him about it sometime when he was in that biker gang. He doesn't like to talk about it, though, just to point it out, very hush-hush. That's why I like to talk about it, because I'm a smartass.
Alright, I'm back.
Uh-oh.
What's up? What were we saying?
Secrets.
Secrets?
What was I saying?
Your audience swore to keep it secret.
Oh, okay. What were we talking about before? Oh, yeah, there's actually some dungeons in 14 that have little lore pieces, but they're kind of off the beaten path. Well, that's another problem with 14 dungeons is that there is no off the beaten path, they're all pretty straightforward, and I get it because they end up becoming spammable content, and people that are running it constantly they kind of want a straight path. They don't want this sort of, they don't want to be delayed, They just want to get their shit and get out of there. And so that's why they design it the way that they do. But it is kind of unfortunate because it would be nice if you could enter the dungeons through the world, right? Through the overworld and just do it yourself, or have a version of the dungeon.
Doesn't have that.
No. Yeah.
The reason I asked is WoW has that where you can queue and do. You can do almost any dungeon. Uh-oh, did they spill the beans?
Allie said, "Give me my shit and get out." That's what she said.
Oh no. Okay. Cool.
She didn't tell me. She didn't tell me any secrets. No.
All right, not yet.
No.
But yeah. While you can queue for the dungeons, and then the dungeons will level tier. I've been trying to remember what the hell that's called, where it matches your level tiering. Anyways, they'll level tier to you, or as a maxed out level character. You can go to a low-level dungeon. It'll still be low-level, and just walk around. It's one of my favorite features. So, I was kind of hoping 14 had something like that.
Yeah, no, not quite. How you doing, Allie? What's up? Keep the secrets in the wet dresser that nieces can't lick? No, they cannot. How you doing? How's Roland? How's the hubby? I'm doing good. Just sitting here in the, oh my god, I forgot all the names. The Carline Canopy. Ah, I got it. Just chilling in the Carline Canopy with the idle cam on, waiting to queue into the Labyrinth of the Ancients.
I always like to mess with the filters and stuff for that.
Oh yeah?
Make it look old-fashioned and everything, yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty fun. The G-pose.
I would fall asleep to it back in the day.
Oh, right on. Yeah. Good times. Yeah, I actually rated her stream, I think it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so I've caught her streaming a couple of times. Did you get to hang out with her in real life? You guys are in the same state, right? I think. Alright, back to you. What are you doing in the ESO?
I think I'm about to, speaking of exploring dungeons, that was one of the things in 14 that I would do, is after the dungeon was done,
right
I'd walk around before it would kick me out. So,
yeah, I did that a few times. That's a neat thing, actually, because, like, a lot of people, they'll skip all the treasure chests. So, like, if you want to, you can go back through the dungeon and get all the treasure and claim it for yourself. Oh, right on. That sounds fun. They played Jackbox on her while her friend was streaming. That's definitely have you ever played that? Like Jackbox? Cyber?
No, I don't know what Jackbox is.
It's like have you ever heard of the game show game You Don't Know Jack?
Sounds familiar. I don't think it's one I would watch.
It's like a trivia game. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
And it has like a really funny presentation. It's kind of like a game show, but it's a video game. Yeah, and you play with a bunch of people. It's like a 4-player deal.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've never been good at trivia style games. I always liked watching them, like Jeopardy or whatever, just because you were learning stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But never knew anything about the categories that they brought up on my own.
Yeah, me neither. Trivia Murder Party, Quiplish, and TKO. I haven't heard of any of those. What's Trivia Murder Party? Is that like Clue, but with trivia instead? I liked Clue. Did you ever play Clue, Cyber?
I think I did play that one a couple of times. You were trying to figure out who murdered who or whatever.
Yep, and it changed every time. And you had to like figure out, and not only did you have to like figure out who did the death, but like how they did it, what room, and with what weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
Yeah.
That was a fun game.
I thought that was really...
I'm not big on board games,
neat.
but I like that.
Mm-hmm. No, Clue...
Yeah, I dated a gal that was all about board games, and that was part of our contention, because she would always want to play, and I never did.
Clue and Scooby-Doo, I think, are like really good, like
logic-based.
Foundational logic-based media for children. Yeah. Because it's like with Scooby-Doo.
Skepticism.
Yep, Scooby-Doo always is focused on skepticism, and Clue always required you had to have proof before you made an accusation.
Yeah. Or you lose.
Or you lose, yep. Oh, I didn't...
I can slip this thing's throat.
Nope. I didn't know that Jackbox was like a collection of games. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Stop that. You die. Again.
You should. I'll totally watch them. I might even play if I'm invited.
What's going on here? My right bumper's not working.
How's your summer? It's super hot. I'm starting to feel it, man. I had to get some I had to get some water, some cold water.
Yeah, I don't do well with warm weather myself. It's been, for me, it's particularly warm. That's why I have like 4 fans on in this room.
Damn.
It doesn't matter because it's just spiraling warm wind.
Isn't it? Yeah, isn't that fucking frustrating? I need to get an air conditioner. Like, I keep complaining about it year after year, and then I just never do. Yeah, it's probably like in the upper 80s right now, and I just, yeah, anything above 66 is uncomfortable to me.
You may not be able to tell, but I'm not wearing any pants. The camera is neck high for a reason. No, that's not true. I have been sitting around when I'm not streaming. I have been sitting around in only underwear.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time because I don't have a camera. Yeah, so like I'll stream naked. I won't let anybody know, but
totally naked. You ever see Rocco's Modern Life?
Yep.
There's an episode. Yeah, the one where he comes down for a snack, and Heifer and the turtle they have a camcorder and they're like, he's totally naked. And the camera's like right up into his big heifer mouth, you know? That big dorky smile. I love that cartoon.
That's funny. Oh, did they?
And a cow named Heifer. I mean, how fucking ridiculous is that?
There you go. Free experience.
You know, actually, what I would like to do, I'm going to try it real quick. I don't think it'll work. I want to see if I can bring... Oh, no, I tried to do it with my own stream. I was just going to try to bring up your stream on my OBS layout.
Oh,
that
yeah.
way I could have your stream and my stream simultaneously.
There is a way to do that. Yeah, you just capture a browser window. You'd full screen me onto a different monitor, capture a browser window, and then that's how you do that.
So that's where it's supposed to work, but it doesn't work. At least it didn't work with when I was, I have the second account.
Mm-hmm.
And what I was trying to do was I would have Grand Theft Auto on the laptop and then whatever I'm playing on the desktop. But I wanted to be able to switch between them. And then you mentioned the scenes where you could make, you just select one and it'll swap them.
Yeah.
Make one big and the other.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out one of these days.
I'm gonna.
Because I'd like to do that. I'd like to do that as well, so that people could watch you on my stream as well. I wonder if I can get access. So, I joined this Labyrinth of the Ancients run, and they completed the entire dungeon except for the final boss. But I'm trying to farm the gear for it. I'm not trying to kill the boss. I'm not trying to get the EXP. So I'm wondering if I still can gain access to the chests. That treasure coffer belongs to another player? No. I'm in Alliance A. It should belong to me. Yeah. That sucks. I had to be there when it died, I guess. Oh well.
Yeah, if you're looking at my stream at all, you can see that.
Yep.
Trying, but it's like it's loading Twitch, but it won't load the stream. That's not your stream, huh? Even though I put the URL before.
Huh, that's weird.
So it's like it's trying, but it just won't fucking do it. Why did you post it? There you are. Okay. Yeah, his stream. Ah, see, it's like it's so close. It's trying, but it just won't do it. So time, just in case it decides to do something or whatever. Oh no, I died. Shit. What I get. I was tagged out.
Do you stream at all, Allie? Have you streamed any? Have you streamed anything? I haven't seen you streaming yet. Nice! Oh, I already have this though. Oh well. I'm gonna need it anyways. I got a 99 on something I don't need. God damn it. That's life. Oh, I'm totally voting for Pippin. What do you tend to stream, Allie? I've caught Cass a couple times, like I was saying, but I haven't caught you yet.
Don't see me. Oh, wait.
PS4 stuff, I think stream. Oh, right on. 14 a couple times. Just didn't really promote myself and no one watched, so I stopped. Oh, yeah, I just play for friends. You know? I don't think anyone watching me right now is a stranger. I've met them either through stream chat in real life, like with Cybern I'm talking with over on through voice comms right now. Or in game, you know. I haven't done any promotional stuff either.
Shit just takes time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only two viewers I have right now are me and Ro.
Oh.
Every once in a while, I see like it go to 3 and 4, and then they leave. But I think part of the problem with playing Elder Scrolls Online is because most people that stream and play that do drops, like item drops.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like whoever's viewing is eligible for an item in the game or whatever, a game code. I don't do that, so they come in, they're like, "Oh, he's not doing game codes, I'm out of here."
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
That's why also I was making that point to you, which I know you already know and understand, but oh shit, that so much of this in Twitch in particular is like game genre specific. You know, and if you switch around genres, you'll often not retain an audience for that.
Yep.
You know? They expect you to play the game they came in to watch you play. So if like I start playing Metroid and say Mario 3, and I'm in the retro category, they might come back, and then I'm playing Tomb Raider. I'm like, wait, what happened? I thought you were retro. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm not game or genre specific.
Mm. Yeah, it's
I'm a 40-year-old man. I want to feel 13 again. Play Mario 3.
Yeah, yeah. It's like actors getting typecast, streamers getting
Will Smith
genre
does
cast.
sci-fi movies, right?
Yeah.
He only does alien and sci-fi movies.
You're doing some Jackbox too. It's fun because people actually play with you. Indeed. Can you play those games like through? Because I know I was watching. I did. Actually, it was Seno. Seno rated a streamer who was playing Twitch Sings, which I think is completely browser based. I think it's just a Twitch game. I don't think it runs locally on your computer. Yeah. Are there trivia games and stuff like that you could play as well, or is Twitch Sings the only game that is available through Twitch? Oh, that's right.
Marble game or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Your viewers are marbles.
Yeah. Twitch sings. Yeah, that's another one. But, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, so, yeah, with the trivia game, you can put up a code, and people can join. Whoever's watching can type in the code on there and join your game. Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, oh, you should totally do that, Allie. Yeah. You can totally do Journey. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling.
You should join her.
I should. Well, and that's what's cool about Twitch Sings.
You really can sing, though.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
90s punk rock singing.
Yeah. Twitch Sings, they actually have different vocal tracks, right? So you can choose to do, what is it called when you sing lead, or you could sing like the duo track, right? So someone can sing the harmony and another person could sing lead, and that's like you record yourself doing that. Now I don't have a webcam, so I can't do that aspect of it, but I do have a microphone. Oh, you don't need a webcam? Yeah, we should do that sometime, Allie. Or hey, yeah, Sano, if you want to do it as well. I don't know if you're into it or if you're into just watching it. Lonely. We had a Lonely Island cover. I think I remember that. Which one? Which song was it? I know it wasn't "Jizz in My Pants." I know it wasn't that one.
Dick in a box.
Yeah, dick in a box, girl. It's my dick in a box. Ooh.
That's one of the things that's so funny is like even though they're joke songs, they're really good.
They
sing them really well.
They did. They did.
I mean, Justin Timberlake. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
I think my favorite one was Michael Bolton is the cinemaphile or whatever.
Oh, yep. He loves Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, he keeps singing about Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And they're all like rolling up in the cooler, you know? Like,
yeah, they're all trying to be serious.
And trying to pick up chicks and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
That is so good.
Yeah, okay, I remember now. Yeah, it was you and Jake sang a cover of a Lonely Island song. It wasn't Jizz in My Pants, and was it the boat one? I'm on a boat. I don't think you did that one.
Yeah.
I don't think they did that one. Boombox. I remember Turquoise Jeep. I heard that. That shit was fire, Allie. I never heard of that before until I met. Oh yeah, threw it on the ground. That's not my dad. That's a phone. So I threw it on the ground.
Oh, the story, you can't trust the system.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, it was Boombox. That's right. I forgot. How did Boombox go? But yeah, it's something like about their they were wearing gloves and they cut off the fingers or something like that, right? Wasn't it like a bunch of 80s nostalgia? I think that's what it was. Oh, 980. Yeah, people just aren't buying. 98. 11.
Did you see my post about the guy that told me what my role is within the Black Lives and
No, I didn't.
what he said was that my role as a white person is to support Black Lives Matter, but not by presenting statistical facts on the things that they're changing. They want to change, but to remain silent. He literally said, like, your job is to be an ally, but remain silent.
Do you get paid for that? How much does that cost? Like, is it? You get a decent wage from that being your job? Yeah, that's what I fucking thought.
Didn't mention any of that. Yeah, well, no, what was hilarious is that,
like, how much you paying me?
This is a white guy that said it, by the way.
Of course.
There was a black guy in the Discord, and he told him, he was like, dude, that is the biggest bullshit I've ever heard. So they were both Black Lives Matter members or supporters or whatever, conflicting with each other on very fundamental ideologies of what your part is within the movement.
Yeah.
And then the guy that said that, the white guy that told me what my role is, kept cucking to him and kept apologizing to him. And anytime the black guy would talk, he would stop talking. It was like and I pointed out, it's like, you understand that is a form of racism, what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
You know, and like the black guy was like, that's right, yeah, like he knew what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I told him that if that is a fundamental idea, that I need to be treated, I need to be marginalized based on my race within a movement that I thought was about alleviating inequities in racial situations. I was like, not only will I not support it, but I'll do my best to inform everybody that is a core value.
Yeah.
To prevent the movement from maintaining momentum.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Change.
I think it's been co-opted.
I'm not really going to do that, but
yeah.
I was just making the point that that's what I should do.
Yeah,
but it's not a core value.
Yeah. It's far from the phrase. It's unfortunate. Because, the phrase is not something I could really disagree with. It's actually something I very much agree with. The movement is questionable. Like, I could see where there's controversy.
There are parts.
Yeah.
There are parts of it.
The organization has been completely co-opted, and it has nothing to do with the phrase, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, it's already commercialized.
Oh, a teacher podcast? You talked about the Dodo Stampede? That's crazy.
A Dodo Stampede?
Yeah, that was
awesome.
That was our old podcast that me and Allie had together about 14. Dodos are an enemy in this game, and we just thought it was funny because dodos are extinct, and yeah, a Dodo Stampede is kind of a funny
it's a paradox.
Thought. Exactly, yeah. Self-proclaimed nerdiness, and that's top nerd. That's top shelf nerd, totally. That's cool, Allie. Yeah, good times, Dodo Stampede. I know Zanidra mentioned us on one of the Aetherite radios. She's like, hey, do you guys remember the Dodo Stampede from back in 1.0? And everyone was like, no, I don't remember. But Zanidra remembers us. And that's all that matters. She's good. But yeah, I think I told you about this, Cybern. I used to have a podcast with two other people called the Dodo Stampede. Yeah. It was a 14 podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was even while I was living with you.
Oh yeah?
Or you had mentioned it.
Yeah.
Because I think you were doing that before. Weren't you doing that before we lived together?
Yep, I was. Yep. I did it with the previous roommate. Actually, I remember. Or she wasn't in it, but I remember her complaining about us recording because I think we had a late night recording session. And she was like, "Can you keep it down?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know how this is. I don't think this is gonna work out."
This is what I do.
I pay, I could, I paid. I'm the one paying the mortgage here. I don't think I'm gonna have somebody telling me what I can do in my own house. Thanks, though.
I wouldn't even allow that from a wife.
Yeah.
Close to that.
Exactly.
So. Just stopping by.
Scripts are funny. Yeah, I still have some of the scripts. Have you seen Jake or anything? Have you heard of Jake ever since? He's just completely run off the map. Like I'm still subscribed to his YouTube channel. He still has some of his videos up. Oh, come on. Give me that tech go. Give me that tech go. Yeah, me neither. They were. I'm surprised he stopped them. They were pretty funny. Some of the best writing in this game, actually, which it's so funny. Some of the best writing in this game I've actually read through roleplay sessions. Like some of the players in this game are better writers than the writers of the game.
Like the fanfic RP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's kind of a rarity.
I always tried to be one of those.
Yeah. Usually fanfics are pretty substandard, but there are some people in here they're really talented writers and can really pull you in pretty quickly.
I think I'll go ahead and mosey.
All right, man.
I think I'm gonna go shower. You just feel warm.
Yeah, well, it's just so hot. Yeah, and you're just like sweating all day. Yeah, I get it, dude.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks for hanging out, though.
No problem.
This again. This was
Totally.
Very fun. If your audience doesn't mind hearing my dumbass on the other end.
I saw no complaints on my end, so I think they'd like it. I wouldn't mind getting audience people in here as well. If someone wants to talk and join us on stream, that'd be great.
That's why I wanted to get like a Discord going, even though I'm not doing it right. But that was the idea. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
All right, my man.
All right, man. One? Yeah, have a good one.
I'll catch you the next time. Yeah.
Yep. See you next time.
Now, how do I get off Steam Chat? What do I do?
You should just be able to X out of it. There you go. Yeah, that's my buddy Cyvern. He was my roommate for a while back in 20. We watched the 2012 presidential debates together, so I think he was my roommate between 2012 and 2015. Yeah, he's really into debate and logic, and yeah, and it's kind of what we met when we met at work. We're work buddies, and he was my roommate for a while. He's pretty cool. And yeah, he was playing ESO on his stream. Elder Scrolls Online. What alliance am I in? C. Okay. Oh yeah. Is there anybody? Dragoon. Oh, sweet. Right on. That Techo is mine. So, Allie, what I'm doing is I'm just spamming Labyrinth of the Ancients because I'm trying to get the glamour gear from it. So I'm not really doing anything serious in game. But glamour is the true end game, so. Yeah, ESO is free. I thought about picking it up as well. And from what I hear, it plays a lot like Skyrim does. Like it's got this like completely customizable load. Well, you remember like back in 1.0, you could put any ability onto any job as long as you leveled it. That's kind of how ESO works. And then they have like pre-built layouts that you can group up with and do that as well. So you can have like a group layout or loadout, and you can have a solo loadout. And your solo loadout can be like whatever you want. If I remember correctly, I haven't played much of it. Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah. No, I always love hearing from you, Allie. That's great. Really appreciate it. You stopping by and saying hello. And yeah, I'll keep my eye out. Especially, I would love to play some trivia games with you if you ever stream those. Or Twitch sings. Look into Twitch streams. Or streams. Twitch sings. And get back to me if you want to do like a duet or something. Because I totally do it. Yeah. Indeed. Well, that's what's weird about, well, I wouldn't say weird, but, like, man, my adult life, most of my friends are internet friends, Like, I have very few in real life friends. Most of my friends are online. And throughout time, like, I never really picked up a whole bunch of friends all at one time. I usually picked up just pretty good acquaintances here and there. Yeah, you've got all those East Coast, all those East Coast buddies. I never got to meet them in real life. I'm like the only person that I know in real life that... Well, no, there's a person in a town right next to me that played 1.0 for a bit. But I think we're just both too shy to actually meet each other in person. Oh, I totally will. I totally will. Yeah, I think it'd be great if we could meet up at a fan fest one of these years. Perhaps when the Rona's died down. It helps if you're charismatic and open. I'm pretty closed off. Yes! It's the final piece. It is mine. Night, Allie. Have a great day. Or night. That's right, it's much later over there. I'll see you next time. Shooter. Seno. I ain't gonna leave you hanging, Seno. Yeah, Seno, and if you're into that, if you're into Twitch Sings, and you want to do like a duet sometime, I'm totally down for that. And we die anyways. Ah, folks. Oh, that sword's cool looking. Looks like a Buster sword. Revel Keeper's Guillotine. Oh, that's alright, man. I've been told I'm good, but I don't know. I don't know how true that is. Because I've heard myself on recordings, and I'm not super proud of my voice. Nice. Dun 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 dun. I got what I came for. The job is finished. There we go. That's a lot cooler. Oh, I'm wearing different feet. I just noticed that. Ooh. Should go spend my poetics. I think it's more donut? Pretty sure. Oh yeah, it's just about time for me to head out. Time flies when you're having fun. You streaming, Seno? Doesn't look like it. Ironworks, 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 ironworks. Augmented ironworks, ironworks. Augmented, augmented, augmented. Ironworks. Yeah, I just need to augment these. Forgot what I needed. I might already have those on me. I think about it. I've been doing so many labyrinth runs. Wheel of Time. Sands. Polygon Catalyst. Sands a timer for weapons. Wheel of Time. It's for armor. Well, we'll test it out. Weird. I would have thought I'd been offloading these the entire time. But I guess not. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I just noticed that. Thank me for said that I had a good stream. It was fun. Huh. Yeah, if you ever want to pop into the conversation, just let me know. I'll invite you on Steam. I think we're already friends on Steam. We just need to. If you ever want to join the conversation, I'd be down. Okay. All right. Well, let's find a song to play you guys out on. Look here. Yeah, this is a good one. Oh, I had the intermission straight up the whole time. I'm sorry, guys. Here we go. Enjoy the lost city of Amdapor. Hmm? There we go. Okay, here we go. Carbon twine. That's what I need. Ugh.